guys, this would have been the next novel study we were getting ready to start before last week happened and we didn't get to come back to school. So this is Tuck Everlasting. It's written by Natalie Babbitt and it's one of my favorite books ever. So I put some pre-reading questions online and I'm going to look at your responses. So I'm not going to add up any more assignments for this week for this book. This will just be kind of an introduction as to what you're going to do next week with Google Classroom if you do not pick up a paper packet. So I hope that the online stuff's a little more fun, a little more interesting, not just the Ready Reading book and Motivation Math book every day. So it'll just be little activities to do here and there. So one of the things would be listening to my read aloud, and even if you are doing the paper copies, I will post this on Dojo, so I would like for you to listen to my read aloud, and you can comment. I'd love to hear from you, even if you're doing paper copies, so you can comment through your phones on Dojo, and we can discuss there too. So I may post some questions there for you to answer, and you can video yourself if you want to talking about the book and post it on Dojo or send it to me in a message. I'd love to be able to listen to you talk about the book. So I'm going to read the back, and then I'm going to read the prologue. And some of my questions were that came up in the pre-reading that I posted on Google Classroom this morning are similar to what I'm going to read on the back of the book. Is eternal life a blessing or a curse? So think about what eternal means. Eternal life. What does it mean if something is eternal? That is what young Winnie Foster must decide when she discovers a spring on her family's property, whose waters grant immortality. So another big word there, immortality. So immortal, if you've read Harry Potter, you might have had some connections with the word muggle. And so muggle is a synonym for mortal in those books. So immortal would be not human, or in this case, the members of the Tuck family, they have drunk from the spring, tell Winnie of their experiences watching life go by and never growing older. So they are immortal. They are stuck in time. They're not going to get any older. They drink from this spring, and now they can live forever. So that's back to that word eternal. They have eternal life on the earth because if they drink from the spring. But then Winnie must decide whether or not to keep the Tuck secret and whether or not to join them on their never-ending journey. So like I said, one of my favorite books. It's also a movie. I do have lots of copies of this, so if you were in my room, I would give you one to hold. I don't know if it's on the Kindle app. I don't know if it's downloadable on that. I'll check and see. If so, then I may can download a few copies and give you guys my Kindle logins. There's also a Google Classroom app and a Google Docs app. So it's best if you use Google Classroom typing on a computer, but you can also see my messages come through if you have a phone or an iPad. I see you guys when you've commented things, which has been great. I've had lots of comments today. Thank you very much. When you've commented things, it comes through on my phone and it alerts me, so then I can log into Google Classroom on my phone or on the computer and I can see what you guys have written. So just something else. You know how I am, guys. I jump around from topic to topic a lot, so I'll try to stay focused. But y'all are used to me by now. So this is the prologue. The first week of August hangs at the top, the very top of summer, the top of the livelong year, like the highest seat of a Ferris wheel, when it pauses in its turning. The weeks that come before are only a climb from balmy spring, and those that follow a drop to the chill of autumn. But the first week of August is motionless and hot. It is curiously silent too, with blank white dawns and glaring noons and sunsets smeared with too much color. So this author is beautiful. The language that is used just in this first, I'm not even done with the first paragraph, but oh my gosh. So it's like a metaphor here talking about August being the top part of a Ferris wheel. And when it starts its decline, it's going to go down to those cool days of autumn. It's climbing up from the balmy, warm spring, but it hits that hot point of summer. And August, where our experience, where we live, it's very hot. And I love the sunset smeared with too much colors. I love the beautiful sensory language that the author uses to help us picture the beautiful sunset. Often at night there is lightning, but it quivers all alone. There is no fun thunder, no relieving rain. These are strange and breathless days, the dog days, when people are led to do things they are sure to be sorry for after. So the author's kind of setting up the stage here, the setting of the story. It is August. It's so miserably hot outside, and there's heat lightning. So almost like it's teasing you, like you think, oh, it's going to storm. Like it's raining outside right now as I read this. But sometimes you can hear the thunder in the distance. You can see the lightning, but there's actually no rain coming down. So the rain would actually cool off a hot summer day. One day at that time, not so very long ago, 3 things happened. And at first, there appeared to be no connection between them. At dawn, May Tuck set out on her horse for the wood at the edge of the village of Tree Gap. So Tree Gap is their home. She was going there as she did once every 10 years to meet her 2 sons, Miles and Jesse. At noontime, Winnie Foster, whose family owned the Tree Gap wood, lost her patience at last and decided to think about running away. And at sunset, a stranger appeared at the Foster's gate. He was looking for someone, but he didn't say who. So those 3 events happened at the same time, and they seem unrelated, but the fact that they all happened at the same time led to the events of the story. May Tuck sets out on her horse to meet her sons, Miles and Jesse. That's the first one. They do that every 10 years. Which kind of is odd, only seeing your children every 10 years. So that's a long time. So that's kind of a hint there that these people have lived a long time. At noontime, Winnie, whose family owned Tree Gap, lost her patience, and she's deciding to think about running away. And at sunset, there's a stranger that appears at Winnie's front door, at the gate. So Winnie Foster. So the Fosters are a prominent, kind of rich family in this little town of Tree Gap. No connection, you would agree, but things can come together in strange ways. The wood was at the center, the hub of the wheel. All wheels must have a hub. So the center of the Ferris wheel is going to be this Tree Gap wood, like the forest in this town, Tree Gap. A Ferris wheel has one, as the sun is the hub of the wheeling calendar. So let's go back to that connection, that metaphor about the Ferris wheel. The sun is our hub on Earth, or with our solar system, our galaxy, right? The sun's the center of everything. We talked about in Wonder, Augie was the center. He was the sun. Everything rotated around Augie. So this is saying like the sun is the center of the universe. Everything rotates around the sun. Well, in this book, everything's rotating around this wood. The wood is the center or the hub. The wood is the sun in this story. It's the center of everything. Fixed points they are, and best left undisturbed. For without them, nothing holds together. But sometimes people find this out too late. So that's the prologue. The good thing about this book is the chapters are really short, so you maybe won't get too bored listening to me talk. And you can watch it. I'm not going to post a video every day, so you can watch it in pieces, watch 5 minutes and come back, whatever works for you, so you can pay attention. Hopefully you're just going to be so excited to see me that you're going to want to watch. And so if you have not done the pre-reading questions on Tuck Everlasting, try to do those by the end of this week, because next week on the 31st, I will do a little chapter a day, and you'll just have some questions to answer. If you have any other questions about Google Classroom, I do want to make the rest of this year as meaningful as I can for you. So I'm going to try to plan some lessons on there that'll be fun and interesting and help keep you busy. If you have any questions, please send me an email or a comment on Google Classroom. But you guys can email me directly if you get into Google Classroom. I know you can get into your email. Any questions that you have? I need to post some more things for math, I know. But that's about it. I think I need to tell you today. So if you can, I know we can't go anywhere to find copies of this book. So again, I apologize, but it'll just be a nice, relaxing chance for you to listen to this book. It is one of my favorites ever. And I'm really sad that we're not at school together listening to it. This has made me miss reading aloud to you guys. That's my favorite part of the day. And I'm so sorry that I'm not there and you're not there. But we'll make the best of it. And we're going to keep you guys learning until the end of the school year. And it's so sad because you're one of my favorite groups I've ever taught. Y'all are the best kids ever. So this year being short is really, really sad for me. I can't imagine not seeing you guys until May. So Let's hope we'll be back on May 15th and get to have a couple of weeks together. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.